She just goes a little mad sometimes. We all go a little mad sometimes.
Welcome to a video. Here we are, all together. We're all hanging out right now. Today's a weird one. Today, I'm trying to harvest wine yeast and reuse it and hopefully make a beer with it. So I've tried this a few times, and both times I did it, it didn't go well. Maybe I did it 3 times. I tried to make a starter for one of the wines, and it just got all nail polishy and weird. The other time I think I tried to use it, I tried to harvest another one and it never took off. But the wines I drink are natural wines, naturally fermented, I should say. And there's yeast in the bottom of these usually, and you should be able to harvest them on paper. The wines I got today are this one. It's really natural, funky. Look at all the gunk in the bottom of that. I don't know if you can see it that well. But this natural gunky wine, it's rosé, Fideli, I think that's what it's called. Looks like it's some Italian wine. It's really, really delicious. Really fruity, sour tasting, funky. Just a great fruity, amazing wine with some Brett to it. This is my favorite rosé. It's called Jamba juice. You can probably see the gunk in the bottom of that as well. So I'm going to make a starter, split it up. One gets this one gets the other one, and hopefully it gets something this time. I don't have to knock it out of the park, but if I got anything out of this, it's going to be great. Most likely it's going to be sour. Most likely it's going to be funky and weird. And that's what I want. That's what I want. I want funky and weird. So, let's get the starter going. Dregs number 1. This was a little sparkling too, by the way, if I recall. I think it was a pet knot. Yeah, look at that. Oh, it fell off. But there's like a yeast clump to it. Onto the Jamba juice. No yeast clumps on the bottom of this one, just a little bit of gunk. Alright. Let these puppies go for about 3 or 4 days. Take a look at them. And hopefully you have something to use. Go from there. See you at the next step. Something has happened. Middle of a brew day right now, while wrapping it up. Some of that beer, wort, I should say, is going to be used for these little guys here. My wine little starters I'm trying to do. The recipe was 2 row and 20% flaked oats. Mashed them fairly warm around 154 degrees Fahrenheit. Gravity is about 1060. So it's going to be perfect. I'm going to try and fill these fairly higher this time, closer to the top, and let it go again for another month or so. It did look like to me there's a little bit of moldy fuzz on this one here, which was the one that had the weird yeast in it. The Jamba juice one had more pellicle, and it smells a lot better. So, hey, if I get one out of these that's usable, it'd be really cool to have some sort of strain I can use to make sour beer with. Or even just maybe just a good beer. My wort's ready. So what I'm going to do is decant off the top of this and refill it back up. Alright, let's see what we have. Got both of them. First I'm going to smell it. I have my CO2 tank at hand to purge it afterward. Alright, that one smells alright. That's the one, the Jamba juice. I don't see any mold in it either. The other one smells a little mustier to me. I don't see any mold. What I'm going to do is make a gallon each of this. Grow it up to another gallon, or to a gallon I should say. Then what I'm going to do is I will take a gravity reading at the same time and see where it's at. It might not be done yet, but I might even bottle like however much I can get out of this. I think it'll be like 2 bottles maybe each. You got to be careful with these things, you know. We got to make sure it is done, because I think it's something like 1 gravity drop can add like 0.5 volumes of CO2 or something like that. So you got to be careful, because you could get bottle bombs. So I will put these aside in a place where if it explodes, it'll be contained. But again, the gravity's a little higher, like closer to 10, 20 or something. I'll always let them go. I won't bottle it probably, most likely. So yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. Let's go to it. Let's go to it. Welcome to the next day. Brewing a beer for this. Well, and for something else. I got two jugs ready to go. So, I'm doing just 2 rope for this. I would like to mash higher, closer to 160 degrees Fahrenheit to get some long dextrins in there for the sour bugs, Pediococcus, lactobacillus, whatever is in there, to chew on these long sugar chains so it doesn't dry out too much. For the beer I'm doing today, I'm mashing it at 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, this Jamba juice here is at 1010. 1010 is obviously beer level, low acceptability. I'm still going to bottle it, put them aside. Hopefully they don't explode. Let's test the other one. Okay, this bottle, I don't know what it's called. Fideli? I think it's called Fideli. Is like a little over 1010, 1011, maybe 1012. So it's a little higher. These both didn't form pellicles, which I thought was interesting. The first time they both did, so I don't know. I don't know why they didn't this time. I guess oxygen exposure or limitation was good. Oh, I think I'll get 2 bottles each out of this. I hope so. What I'm going to do is just bottle it into 2 bottles each. Then just pour a little bit of honey, a little bit of yeast in there. Stir it up into it, and hopefully bottle conditions. These are just test batches anyway. If they do explode, or if they do get way overcarbonated, or they never carbonate, it's not the end of the world. I wasn't trying to make beer with these anyway. What I'm going to do is take 2 gallons off of my runnings, my first runnings, pre-boil, and then boil it for 15 minutes. Cool it down to about 80 degrees Fahrenheit, somewhere in that range. Maybe 70, 80 degrees, somewhere in that range. Fahrenheit, that is. And then decant off, bottle the 2, use the slurry within these, and let the 1 gallons do the thing. So let's do that. While that's boiling, I need to take a pH reading. I forgot to do that earlier. So let's do the Jamba Juice one first. 3.3. There's some souring bugs in that. Okay. Showing the same. 3.3. Taste them again. They taste like they're 3.3. Okay, got my bottles. Got 2 each. Time to transfer my wort. Got the gravity. I did check it. It was 1068. So that's our starting point. Got 2 gallons. There we go. Pretty much exactly 2 gallons. Let's transfer the dregs. Let's do this. What I'm going to do is let these bad boys age for a lot longer this time, maybe like months. We'll do a taste test. We'll see how, hopefully they're bottle conditioned. We'll do a side-by-side on them, comparing the 2. And yeah, see what happened out of this. So let's go to that. Let's go to that right now. Let's get to it. So this is the Fideli. I did carb these in a very weird way. The Jamba Juice is carbonated though. So, well, 1 for 2. And looks not oxidized. This one looks a little oxidized. So, well, the honey worked on that one. The smell on it's actually pretty good though. It's fruity, earthy, a little bit of Brett funk. But I'd say a little more on the fruity side, like Fruity Pebbles sort of. But yeah, like a Fruity Pebbles thing going on. A little bit of dirt, but in a good way. It actually just carbonated a little bit. Very tart. Very, very nice. I'm getting some... What fruit is that in particular? Like, grape. Definitely has a wine characteristic to it for sure. I would say, like, dark fruit, cherry, plum. Very nice. Very drinkable. I'd say it's a little lacking. And that's just probably a little more sour than it is like fruity. The fruit is definitely there. So let's taste the Jamba Juice. Similar taste, a little, or similar smell. A little fruitier, a little more clean, a little less gritty. I would say a little less earthy. Really nice fruit to it, a little less Fruity Pebble and more just like cherry, plum. Really nice fruity nose. Oh man, that is astounding. It is better than this one. This is still good though. This is cleaner in the taste. It's a little more well-rounded. It has a nice fruitiness to it. That plum cherry thing transfers wonderful into the beer. Like, I can't believe this isn't fruited. I can't believe this is just wine yeast and bacteria, for that matter. It has a really nice complexity of sour and fruit, and I'm not getting any funk in this one at all. It's just straight up lactic acid with fruit and a good malt backbone. Wonderful. If anybody could take any one of these two and make a wonderful sour out of it. I did save some of the yeast from these, and after my 1 gallon batches are done, I'll reuse it again because this is turning out to be absolutely astounding. And out of all the wine yeast I've tried to do, which has been a couple times, I couldn't get anything out of it. But I found the right natural wines to do it with. Wines that aren't pasteurized at bottling. Let the natural fermentation happen off the grape skins. I'm tempted to, I don't know, maybe contact people, maybe send some to White Labs and just see what's in it, or to somebody who can figure out what's in this. Because this can easily be used and cultured into production anywhere. Both of these, especially in Jamba Juice. So, awesome experiment. I'm happy to have something. I probably will try this again with other wines that I like. Maybe try like a dark beer with them, kind of match the darkness of wine, like a dark red beer would be really, really interesting. This is just one of the weirdest things I've done, and it worked out great. You guys keep getting weird, and see you next time.